We are back in business, baby. Aaron Sitbos in the building. 30 days or something else. I don't know how many days to go. I've just been counting down the hours.
We are 30 days away.
30 days. 30 sleeps.
From the greatest sport.
Is it 29 sleeps? 30 days. Who gives a how good is it? NFL is right around the corner. My sleeper app's blowing up already.
Oh, mate, it's huge.
We're going to talk about new faces and new places today. So for all you dummies out there, that means players at new teams. There's a few. There's a lot of movement. Like, I reckon it's the most exciting sport by a mile. Like NBA players moving teams. I like LeBron going to Philly, amazing, but not as exciting as every year the NFL. It's like it makes sense for them to move. It's just a big game of chess, and I can't wait to help update everybody because even doing this, there's a couple of players that stood out that I went, I didn't know that they signed there. So
true.
Great to do some research and great to be back in the lab. Big shout out to our partner PointsBet and Inglewood Coffee Roasters, plus our friends Level Up have jumped on board for the season sip. So it's going to be fun. Now, we always start off with Inglewood Coffee, what's brewing, and that's our news segment. That is things that is brewing. And there's a little bit that's happened over the last couple of days. The first one I'll start with. We're just a little bit serious to start. But Tunsil tearing the tricep, the big fella on the O-line at the Commanders, that's really shattering because they reckon it could be season. Let's say he's there at the end of the year. But that O-line, Daniels needs that support, and Scary Terry, Stephon Diggs, our man Chig, who we had in studio, like that was looking really, ominous. Now I'm a bit worried about when I see a big guy on the O-line go down. We saw it with Joe Alt-Delete last year at the Chargers, and Herbie was just getting smoked. Dramas for me early. What do you think?
Oh, I agree. I think a guy that you've paid a fair bit of cash to be able to help out, it's tough. And we know where they want to go, the Commanders. Like, that's the reality. Like, they're trying to challenge for that position there in the top spot. The Eagles obviously there. And to lose someone of that caliber very early into the season is going to be a tough ask. He's not someone you're going to be able to replace very quickly. So that is one to keep an eye on for sure because they need the run game to get going. And that includes Daniel being part of that.
You're a former player, so I ask you this because no one else can really answer this. But before I get to injuries, training camp, soft tissue, being rested, is it kind of just the managing players? Like, how you read all these things on the app? Like I saw C-Mac didn't train today and Flowers limped off and all that. Is that sometimes just players getting banged up and they just walk off the field and it becomes a story?
100%.
Okay, so
100%.
So we shouldn't look into it too much.
I wouldn't read too much into it, to be honest. I mean, the fact is that they train every day. You'll get 1 day off. You'll train 6 days a week, 1 day off. The things are bound to happen and you need to look after your players going into it. So it's not like your little grueling preseason that you have here where you're training for 4 or 5 months and going. Like, these guys are spending time off doing their work, but they're coming back into an environment where physical contact's there straight away and you've got a month to prepare yourself up for the season. So they're going to look after these guys. Little niggles will occur all the time. They have to report it as an injury. They can't just not show up on the field and nothing happen. But Tommy, I wouldn't read too much into it to start off with, that's for sure.
Well, that's good because I don't want to read into it, especially if I'm a 49ers fan.
Well, if we read into it, Tommy, mate, we'd be in trouble. Fantasy would be absolutely cooked because you wouldn't want to draft anybody because supposedly no one's out on the park, mate. So
speaking of fantasy, we have a special guest joining us later in the studio. He might be
who? The Bont?
Well, there's two. Certainly won't be the Bont. There's a big story brewing with our friends here at Inglewood. I'll give you the tip, and I think Benny Graham will break it on the pod. We also have the biggest fan live from Seattle. He's flown in from Seattle, actually, and he's joining us live in the studio. So wait for the champion recap there. Let's keep going to some news. Quinnen Williams' largest contract extension at DT in history, $105.9 million over 3 years at Dallas there. So that's exciting. I like their defense. We won't get into who they've drafted. We'll get to that down the track with the rookies. But I like what they've done in the last 6 months. I say 6 months. I think Jerry's slowly tightening up there.
Well, it's about time he paid someone, so that's good.
And what I'm seeing from Pickens in training camp, him and Lamb, they should be fun. But we'll get to that later. And the other one is just I think I'll go down the injury path, but a lot of soft tissue. I think Devontae Smith wasn't training and Burden, who's been getting hyped up. So there's a few to just watch out. But like you said, let's just take it with a grain of salt early.
Right.
It's not like Nasai Wanganeen-Malira limping off and can't walk. It's not those kind of injuries.
No. You're right there, Tommy.
All right. Well, we said today was themed up to be the biggest names at new teams, and I think we start off on offense. Let's go to offense.
Yeah, we've got to go to offense. Yeah. Absolutely.
Who's someone that you want to start with? Because I've got. Do you want to start with you want to start in their rooms? You want to go wide receiver?
Yeah, I reckon we go with wide receiver. I reckon the movement there has been massive, and then we'll go into the running back room after that. I reckon. All
right, cool. Let's start with wide receiver. You go one, I go one. Tell me someone that you're excited to see this year and why.
Oh, look, I think Jalen Waddle, the trade from the Miami Dolphins to the Broncos, is going to be massive. He is an absolute star. He had a rough year last year, but I think that's probably to do with the quarterback, and him being over, going over to a team that probably should have been in the Super Bowl last year if it wasn't for Knicks getting injured in the division game. They are a wide receiver short, and having Waddle and Sutton getting to work is going to be massive. Bo Nix is only going to improve. He's established himself incredibly well, and to have someone like that to be able to throw to is going to be off the charts. If he doesn't get 1,200 yards receiving, then something's definitely wrong and the play calling's not quite there. But you've got an offensive genius in Peyton as their coach. And I'm super excited for this one. So we're obviously leading to little fantasy stuff and that going forward, but that's probably my early one there. If I can get my hands on him, I'll be very, very excited because the guy's an absolute jet. Route running's incredible, can get the deep ball. He is hard to stop when he's at his best. And if he's got someone like Nick's throwing to him, it's going to be incredibly exciting. So I'm pumped for that one.
We all know he plays with Cortland Sutton, but my man Mimsy's on that list as well. And Troy Franklin, he was pretty good last year. But when you go Sutton, Waddle, Franklin, Mims, Bryant, little Jordan Humphrey there. They've got a lot of depth.
They do.
But then you go to like their O-line is stacked. Bo Nix is hard to stop with his legs. We know Harvey's there. Yeah. The other one is J.K. Dobbins. He come out and said he will not miss a game this year. He's had a lot of injuries. He's gone off for the soft tissue today. So JK, maybe don't curse yourself. Yeah, maybe go under the radar, King. But I think I'll be staying away from him on the waiver wire.
I think their O-line's honestly top 3 in the league as well. I mean, that is massive. I mean, that just creates so many problems for opposition going forward. Run game, can you stop it? If not, good luck with trying to stop him in the passing game.
Let's stay with Jalen Waddle for a second. I just got his numbers here from the last few seasons. So 2025, 910 yards and 6 tuds. Mm-hmm. He played 16. Played 15 the year before with 744 and only the 2 tuds. But it was his first 3 years that he went over 1,000.
Huge.
I just think Tua and that offense, it was like just a little bit lateral. There wasn't, I know Tyreek Hill, when they were going, they were good, but they never really got it done on the road. I remember there was a game when I was in New York for my 30th. They played on the road. It was cold. It might have been against Philly, and they just got smashed. Yep. And they just never got it done in those cold, climate areas. And then he hasn't had a breakout season. But the reason is because I feel like he just hasn't had that consistency from a quarterback point of view. I think Tua got KO'd a few times and the backup come in. This is a really exciting time. I think he's on about 80 mil over 3 years. I like to say, Jerry Maguire, just follow the money.
Follow it.
So I like that sip. I really do. That's a really good one to kick us off here.
What about you, Tommy? What have you got? So we're in the wide receiver room. Who have you got?
I got a few. I'm going to save one for later because I did my ass on him at the Bears. He wasn't involved in the offense, so I couldn't believe it. They've traded him to the Bills. I think you know who I'm talking about. If you don't, it's DJ Moore. I'll get to him later. But linking up with the MVP is going to be exciting, and their depth chart, they don't have a lot at wide receiver. They're Cook's a superstar running back. They got great tight ends. So I'll get to DJ Moore later. I want to talk about AJ Brown.
Ooh, wow.
AJ Brown's one of the biggest stories of the offseason, and he's a former teammate of yours. He's a little bit of a diva, and from what I've been seeing, it's him v the best corner they've got there in Gonzalez. It looks like they're really sharpening up. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen. I think he gets way more targets. He's already come out in the media and said this offense is a little bit more complex. They're moving him around a little bit more instead of just beating his man. I'm pretty excited about AJ Brown. And just when you watch Patriots, he's going to get fed. Hunter Henry's there as a really nice, red zone target. Their running back room's really good. Mm-hmm. Quarterback's solid. Yep. They've obviously just lost the Super Bowl. I don't have high hopes for the Patriots this year, if I'm honest.
Adding Romeo Dobbs as well is massive for him too, just to get a little bit of pressure off there as well. So I think that's a
Booty was really
part.
good.
Yeah.
Matt obviously they lose Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, but if you get AJ Brown and Romeo Dobbs, I think you're going to be okay. So that's not bad at all.
So I got high hopes for AJ Brown this year.
Yep.
Generally, when you're and because he was a Patriots fan as a kid,
Yes.
I really like that.
And loves Mike Vrabel. But that's the reality. Like, drafted him, hasn't he? Talk about some off seasons, I tell you.
Who's had a bigger off season, him or AJ Brown? I mean, who's been in the media
Completely
more?
forgot about that, I tell you
We'll
what.
leave that alone for now because we really do like him.
Tell you what, players and their coaches in their little retreats, I tell you what, it's something else.
Very stiff getting caught though.
Oh, well, someone was out.
Private investigator job.
Someone's out.
Jeez.
Someone was out to get him for sure. But if you're
got him an absolute beauty just before draft camp, wasn't it? Just before the
mate,
draft.
Perfect timing. Yeah, great, good on him. But I agree with that. I reckon that's I'm liking to see we saw what May did last year. If he puts up any form of numbers like that, I mean, AJ Brown is going to be on the end of it. So I like that one a lot, Tommy.
I want to ask you about Mike Evans. Were you surprised at the deal that he got at his age, or do you think he's just a stud and he deserves it?
I probably was a little bit surprised on the back of the injuries that he's had. Like the hamstring is starting to occur a little bit more often. He missed a lot of football last year. He's an absolute gun, but I thought maybe he would be a little bit less, but. That's the 49ers just wanting to go hard, I reckon, now. Look, the division that they're up against is tough, so they're going to have to put on a little bit more than what they would like. Mike Evans is a huge pickup. I still think he's got all the talent in the world and is going to be huge for him. But, probably a little bit surprised on that one. But we'll see how he goes because the guy is still a monster.
Oh, he's a monster. 3 years, 42.5 mil, 14 or 16 mil guaranteed. But, yeah, obviously a little bit older than, than most receivers that get that kind of deal, but exciting. But the thing is, Ricky Pearsall's out for the season, they think. They've really cooked his knee.
Yep.
So Deebo Samuel comes in. I don't think we need to talk too much about Deebo, but we all know what he can do. It kind of feels like he never left.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't much of a splash at the Commanders. I think it was because Jaden Daniels was injured last year and we didn't get to see. I mean, he was good, but I'm actually quite excited about what he can do in that offense again.
Juwan Jennings has gone to the Vikings, so he's left. So that'll be an interesting one. He was pretty good for him on the back half of last year, and Mike Evans obviously helps that a fair bit. Samuel, we know what's going to maybe you're going to get from him, but there'll be a few gaps to fill up.
Just on Dobbs, 4 years, 68 mil, 17. Is it 17 mil or third? Total guarantees 39 mil. Like, it's a big deal.
That's a nice deal.
It's a nice deal. And he had a little bit of concussion drama.
Yep.
So it's a high risk play there. But with AJ Brown and him, they might think that's the next 3 years. Yep. So exciting. It is quite exciting for the Patriots. I like that they've spent.
Yeah, if you continue on with the 49ers too, like you mentioned, but Christian Kirk, he's a bit of a surprise one there, to be honest, that's gone to the 49ers as well. So he's going to add a little bit of depth.
Won me a little bit of cash last year, Christian Kirk.
Yeah, he came up at the right time. So, I mean, he had some injury problems too as well, the Texans. I don't think they got the full extent of what he was able to do. He had some really good years at the Jaguars, and then the Texans didn't get that. But hopefully he can bounce back with the 49ers because he can definitely add some weapon. He's got some genuine speed there.
One other player that I think we're going to talk about a little bit this year that a lot of people wouldn't, be talking about now, but Wan'Dale Robinson was at the Giants, slot receiver. He's gone to the Titans. And the Titans, we're not doing rookies today, but this Tate, I think he is the next superstar. Wan'Dale Robinson, $70 million deal. It's a big deal. It's one of those ones where he's played in I think an average offense for a wide receiver. Dart's great, but they did use the legs a lot. And I think, with Ward as his quarterback, he's going to get fed. And this is just one that could be a fantasy winner. So I just wanted to give Wan'Dale Robinson a little bit of a shout out. But the other one that we need to talk about is probably Michael Pittman Jr. The Colts paid Alec Pierce an absolute bomb.
Absolutely.
So that meant there's not a lot of cash there. And Aaron Rodgers, he's got some weapons on offense there. DK Metcalf's there as well. They might have lost one of their running backs, but they had he was pretty efficient last year, and he's got enough there at wide receiver. So when I see Aaron Rodgers on ESPN spraying ESPN about Fauci and how he's a coward and just going all that, I like it. I reckon he's back on the Percocet.
Yeah. do something because he's been too quiet for too long. We like it when Aaron Rodgers has got a bit of a voice. I love it. But Pittman is I think, a massive pickup for him. DK was doing too much. Like, you could just see that getting triple teamed at time because they knew that, Rodgers had nobody else to be able to throw to. Gainwell and Warren were the only other two guys that were getting their hands on the ball out of the backfield. So having that's going to be great because he just sneaks up out of nowhere, Pittman. Like, I think he's a really, really good player. But before you know it, like, you see the stats throughout last year, he's having 8 catches for 75, 80 yards. And it's like, oh, yeah, it's a serviceable game and that. But he's got some serious talent. I like that. If McCartney can get rolling, new coach, obviously at Pittsburgh Steelers, and get the offense rolling a little bit more of an offensive mind as a coach, you might see it open up a little bit more for the Steelers. So I think that's a great addition.
Love it, mate. Let's turn our attention to running back now.
Let's go.
I think if we've missed anyone at wide receiver,
there has been some serious movement here, Tommy.
Well, we've got to start off with the MVP, Super Bowl MVP. Yeah. No doubt. Our man that's joining us, I think he just got off the bird, actually. He's going to be rolling straight in. He's got a few things to say about the Seahawks. Let's just warm him up here, though. Let's talk about, did you like the move? Did you think Seattle
go to the Chiefs?
Well, I just want to ask you a quick question about him. Do you think it was a better move to let him go, or do you think it's a great move the Chiefs have signed him, knowing that Mahomes is coming off the ACL and they're going to need a little bit more from their run game? They let Pacheco go. He's at the Lions now. But do you think this is a really good move for the Chiefs? Or do you think it was really smart from Seattle letting him go for that price and drafting the young stud that they've got?
Oh, look, I think it's a great move for the Chiefs, to be honest. They needed the run game to go. They haven't been healthy in that area since. Pacheco has struggled, and it's a huge addition, especially Mahomes coming off the knee injury. Their offense needs to get a little bit more explosive in some different areas, and he provides that. O-line, we'll see how it goes, but having Walker, knowing that he's working really hard on the catching game, but the run game's going to be huge. So I think the Seahawks will realise pretty quickly how important he was to their offense. And I don't know if you can replace someone like that really quickly. So in my opinion, it's a massive pickup for the Chiefs. I think it's going to be huge for him going forward into this year.
It might be a really good one for JSN and Shaheed and all these guys because they might need to sling it a little bit more. Sammy might need to sling it with the arm a little bit more if the run game's not going.
I get it though, but I mean, JSN already had 1,700 yards last year.
Not from a lot of targets, though.
How much more can you get from it, though?
Extremely efficient, though. Like, he could get more work. He could explode.
He could be, instead of getting his 5-6 maybe and being really explosive, you could definitely see it being a 10 to 12 game and things like that. But I think you still need to realise that the run game opens that up. And then if you're becoming a bit too one-dimensional, then that could also hurt the way that the offense is going. So that's why I think it's still a bit of a loss because you have to worry about Kenneth Walker. You have to. So defenses are going to come up a little bit into the box a bit more. What does that open up? JSN. Whereas now you can play a little bit deeper potentially if the run game's not going. It can make it a little bit harder. But it's one to watch. But I think it's a really good pickup for the Chiefs, no doubt.
Jeez, he's been feisty in training camp. Have you seen him tackling his teammates?
I tell you what, they've been getting after him too.
Does that normally happen, mate?
Yes, absolutely.
So
sometimes it can't be helped. Just offense, defense, really still trying to be hungry. There's a bit of competition there, even though you're your teammates, and there's still going to be a bit about it. So there's no doubt.
When they do that on the training track and they go in and they're doing weights and you're having meetings, is everyone all slapping up, dapping up? It's all good?
Yeah. It's a bit of a white line fever type deal for sure when you're out on the field. But the defense is obviously trying to get their stuff right and a bit of competitiveness. There's a bit of lip going on, but when you get inside the building, it's all good.
Well, it's good to see. It's good to see.
I love it.
I'll start off with, I've got a few. I'm very interested in the Saints this year.
Yeah.
They have loaded up. They've drafted Tyson.
They've got a good coach.
I think they've got a great coach, and I think their quarterback's underrated. He really proved me wrong a little bit last year. So they've got it.
Slinging it, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's slinging it. And they've got Travis Etienne Jr. in the building. He leaves after an unbelievable season.
Great year.
He goes from the Jags to the Saints. You got Kamara there as well. Taysom Hill, I don't think, has he signed yet?
Done.
So he's done.
Yeah,
so the Swiss Army knife,
Saints,
which is fantastic news without being disrespectful. How annoying was it when you get to the 1 and he would run it in?
Roll it in.
It was one of the most frustrating things
100%.
in fantasy. Now, I don't normally
Absolutely.
touch Saints players, but I think this year is a little bit different. I'll be a surprise packet. I haven't worked out where I'm going to go in that division, but Travis Etienne really put up numbers last year, and he's gonna get a lot of work, and he got paid.
Absolutely.
Again, running backs don't normally get paid. A lot of them just got paid. Bijan got paid. Gibbs got paid. It's fantastic to see.
It's been a huge week for running back.
Our man Toddy Gillu is fuming at the Beverly. Hey, he's fuming, I reckon. We didn't ask him. We should have asked him.
We should have actually.
We're going to ask him in a month. But I think they've paved the way for these guys, and he's the one. He's one that I'm a watch on.
Yeah.
The one I'm excited about, I'm going to skip you here and go again, is David Montgomery.
Huge.
For 2 reasons. He lets Gibbs explode. Dan Campbell the other day said in the media that we think he could be one of the greatest, if not the best ever, which is, I love hearing that. And you know how much we love Big Balls Campbell. But David Montgomery is going to get a really good opportunity at the Texans, and hopefully CJ Stroud can lift. He's got that, got a bit of Deshaun Watson about him this year for me. It's like, I've seen you at your best and I've seen you at your worst. Just please show us your best again. But Higgins, Collins, and Tank Dell is the guy that people forget. Tank Dell, have you seen how he's moving? Man, this bloke did PCL, MCL, ACL, broke it. I think he dislocated his knee.
The whole knee.
He did everything. So if he can come back, then you think the way that David Montgomery just runs it hard down the guts, he'll get goal line. I think he could be a league winner. I don't know where he's going to go in your fantasy leagues, but I really like that spot versus a Tyler Algier, disaster. Goes from the Falcons, gets paid by the Cardinals, and then they take Love with their whatever pick, 2, 3, I can't even remember, but pick 3. So that's a disaster for him. I mean, he got paid. It might be actually all right for his body long term, but fantasy-wise, you just don't know what you're going to get there in the red zone, and that's where you get your money. That's where that's where we make our money anyway. So there's a couple. Anyone else for you?
Oh, look, screaming out, not really. I'm interested in Kenneth Gainwell at the Bucks. Is it going to be a 1-2 punch with Buck Irving? Are they going to be both on the field at the same time? Gainwell has really good hands for a running back, so that will be an interesting watch. At the diminish of Irving a little bit. I'd like to think that Irving still spends a lot of the time on the park, but no one else probably screams out to me from a running back point of view. The one that's obviously I think going to fall away by the wayside a fair bit is going to be Isaiah Pacheco. Going to the Lions, as you've commented already, Gibbs, we're just going to feed him. Let's just give him the ball. So that's going to be at Pacheco's expense, unfortunately. And the reality is behind it, you're not going to see him as on the field as much, I reckon. So it'll be an interesting one to watch, but maybe Rico Dowdle with the Steelers could be interesting, competing with Warren for a spot there. So, but other than that, it's basically those 2 guys you spoke of. It's going to be huge.
I can't stop smiling because I'm looking at one of the greatest that's ever played the game. Who is the greatest? We'll find out today. We've got Benny Graham rolling in one of the greatest jackets, a Super Bowl jacket. He is the champion. He'll be crowned today. He's come straight from the Godby, I think. He was in fine form with Toddy Gilly on the weekend. All right, we're going to get to our man Morgsy, but he's playing second fiddle because Benny Graham's in the building. So let's welcome Benny Graham in the studio.
Get him in.
Here he is, Sip the champ, the fantasy king. This bloke makes more money from the NFLPA Players Association, whatever, for the retirement scheme in our fantasy league because he just takes that much cash off us blokes.
Oh, gosh. He could have had more. He could have had a little bit more.
Actually, let him break it.
Let's just let him, it's a big story brewing.
So just for people out there, welcome, Benny.
Thanks for having me. How are you, mate?
This is a big story, and I want you to break it because what we do in the Ausmericanaces NFL Fantasy League is we've got syndicates and we welcome in people and you buy in. And talk to us about what's happened in the off-season in your camp because there's a lot of drama.
Well, we can go all the way back to the start of last season when you were trying to expand the franchises. So I thought, who else could I get in to my franchise that I know well, introduce to the game a little more? None other than Marcus Bontempelli.
The Bont.
So he was a great shadow for me.
I reckon you're being kind.
He was supportive at times. His knowledge of the NFL was limited, but that was an opportunity for me to introduce someone new to the game. We had a slow start to the season. We stuck with a couple of, and I thank RJ Harvey, if you're watching, he was the one that got me through the tough times. But in the end, we got on a roll. All no thanks to Bont, who just rode my coattails the whole way. But when the whips were cracking, it was Derrick Henry with his 4-tud performance that got us into the big dance. And, we won the lot, and Bont's one and done. He's, I only had to ask him once. He was
that wedding over in LA must have been a bit too much. So he had to take the cash and roll.
He just paid for the wedding and said, "See you, Benny."
Well,
it's a great investment, though, isn't it?
Well done, huge,
great
absolutely
investment.
huge. Well done
for him. Yes, I cut my losses. Well, I've been close before. But it's not about the money, Tommy.
It's
it's about
the camaraderie,
the elite camaraderie
and
it's going to grow again.
And Benny, it's about the trophy. So on behalf of the Ausmericanaces, boys, I present you the league champion trophy. And by the way, there's a chip in it because Bont tried to steal it, and I fucking had to pull him in the street. So
that's Bont's part.
Thank you, Tommy. Thank you. I've been waiting 6 months to hold this puppy. And I tried to get Bont in here to get a photo with it too, but he was too busy. No, he's Bont's, and congratulations, his impending baby. He's going to have a big off season, so he may not have the time to invest in fantasy. So I'm sure you'll give me some options when it comes to.
Oh, there's some more news. I think you know where we're going with this.
But no, thank you. This is well deserved. It's been a long time coming. And for all the new blood that are in the Ausmericanaces Fantasy League this year, this is what you got to play for. Yeah, you got to come and get it. It's going to sit on my shelf for the next 6 months.
What are you going to put that next to? Maybe one of the rings, or what are you going to put that next to?
Well, I got a nice little cabinet with some helmets, and you'd have the same. You'd kept everything. This is go pride of place. Might even go on the front door, just on the sideboard of the front door, so everyone sees it when they walk in.
Well, make sure you look after it better than we do in studio. Well, congratulations, mate. You and Boyd Cordner are the best NFL fantasy players I've ever come across. So this year, there's no pressure. Now with Bont out.
Yes.
I don't think you've heard what's happened. There's been a bit of movement.
Oh, no, I've heard the movement.
So when we're trying to get people into this fantasy league, there's a lot of people asking, so what's happened is I've gone out and I've received Will Ashcroft's text message about trying to get in. So I've paired him with Benny Graham. But then after I've done the text message, I get a call from Dunks, and Dunks has a great relationship with BG. Yep. So he says Lockie Neal and Oscar Allen want in. And because Lockie was already in, but he was with Ads and Dunks. So clearly he wanted a bit more power.
Get that.
And I understand that. So I've done the reversal, and I've pulled Will back out of BG's group after BG's been, he's gone, this is exactly who I want. Out goes Bont, in comes Normie, two-timer. He goes, this is what I need.
Shambles.
Absolute
shambles. So I get the text message, Will Ashcroft's on board. Yeah. I'm like, great.
This is awesome.
Watch the game. He dominated, right? Took a screenshot, sent it to him and Tommy, right? Welcome to the club. We're going to have a great season. And then I get Max Crosby.
I was going to say, you got the Max Crosby.
He came, he signed, and then the commissioners pulled rank. Oh. And now, I love Dunks.
Yeah.
And Ads. They'll be fun to work with. So now I've got, washers in the gun.
I know,
because he had the opportunity to say, "No, I want to be with the goat."
That's right. That's right.
So we got Wash.
And he said no. That's unbelievable.
No,
it's all your fault, Tommy.
Well, you got to keep everyone happy. Yeah. So Wash, Lockie Neal, Oscar Allen, they come in and they've been good. And then we've got Mark Zara and Kieran McAvoy joining.
Huge.
Regan Ballas and Dylan Gibbons. And Mark Zara gives.
And
that's what you need.
They need some help.
How funny is he?
They need some help.
How much value is he going to give us this year? At least in the WhatsApp and at the track.
Oh, I love it.
The announcements they're not even 12 hours old, but yet the jocks are front and center of that WhatsApp group. They're going to be some fun. Haven't heard from Regan Bayless yet. He's been very quiet.
Who does he remind you of?
Watch him burst onto the scene like there is no tomorrow.
Well, we got
get
the
a
Todd
couple of
Gurley
little
video for him and everything. Didn't even get a reply. So,
Yeah, who
Reggie,
knows?
just pick up your game, son.
Yeah, I agree. It'll be very, very good year.
Benny, pass me that so I can put that back on the shelf. Just for the set. You can have it afterwards. It's a boomerang.
Quite enjoy
it. It's a boomerang. Let's get into the pod, Benny, while you're here, because you are like no other with it when it comes to this stuff. We're just talking about the new faces at new places. We've gone through wide receivers. That doesn't matter what position. What are you most excited about this year? What player? What team? You've been covering this sport for a long time. Some of these contracts are outrageous now, but where are you most excited?
Well, I did do a little bit of research when it came to this, and I start to list the names of the players that have changed teams, and I'm sure you've been through it already. There are so many of them, but all of them can have a real impact on their new team. But we're boiling it down to 3.
Yeah, I wanted your top 3 for the ausmericanaces because that's what that'll help them, later in the week or whenever they do their draft month.
Well, I'm going to start with Kenneth Walker III. Like, how often have we seen a Super Bowl MVP change teams in the off-season? But the Chiefs are a franchise that have never really had, or for the last couple of decades, a really big, strong running back that can take the pressure off Patrick Mahomes. Now, they haven't got the greatest offensive line, but if he can be that impact player, that big body that can keep running the clock, get just through the gap, just give Patrick Mahomes, especially in the first month of the season, an opportunity to find his feet. I think he's going to have a big impact. Number 2, I've gone defense. Now, there's a lot of deep. We could go Myles Garrett, Trent McDuffie. I mean, there's so many of Dexter Lawrence.
Yeah.
Dexter Lawrence, number 2 for me at the Bengals.
Yeah.
Big loss to the Giants, but for the Bengals, it's all about Joe Burrow on the offense, right? So they can win the shootout, but they don't own the time of possession. So his ability to be able to stop the run of the opposition is going to be huge for the Bengals, give them a chance in the AFC North. And number one is an interesting one because, and he'll be a watch for me all year. I didn't think the Patriots deserved their shot in the Super Bowl. The fact that they let go Stephon Diggs, good for him that he found his home in Washington. But the void that he's left, most yards, most receptions, most yards after the catch, big. So A.J. Brown, he's number 1. Now, Romeo Doubs is there too from the Packers on a big deal. So they're might have to, share the love. But A.J. Brown's number 1 for me. They are stacked in the receiver room now for Drake May. We know that he's an elite player. He's getting on a little bit, but the watch will be the distraction piece that we saw at the Eagles. So there you go. Number 3, Kenneth Walker. Number 2, Dexter Lawrence. Number 1, A.J. Brown.
Well, we're on the same page. We covered all. We haven't got to the defense yet, so Dexter Lawrence is a good. Joe Burrow reckons it's the most talented list he's seen in his time, and we've got to remember he's been to a Super Bowl and he just lost to the Rams to a bloke that might be returning in Aaron Donald. We've got to talk about that in a second. But yeah, that's great that you brought him up. Let's talk about this Rams squad. I don't know how they're managing to pay all these guys, but I was doing some research last night and today, and I forgot that they signed Watson at cornerback, who's a former Chief, as well as McDuffie, and they've got Myles Garrett, and now we're talking about Aaron Donald, who's, let's be honest, like if we're all having a little bet here, from the videos I'm seeing, we're with Todd Gurley on the weekend, and he doesn't keep too close with this stuff, but he said when the sprint coach gets involved, that's a pretty good sign that he's not far off. And I saw some drills. He's the quickest out there by a mile. So I think he is coming back. And if he comes back, I want you to tell me what impact that has to an opposing quarterback.
Oh, it's terrifying. It's terrifying. I mean, like most ex-players, we work out a lot, right? No, he never stopped. You saw him in the gym. I mean, he was. I mean, I'm not going to say the peak of his powers, but look, he will have a massive impact on this defense now, but not in the way I think to expect. Like he's not going to be your Myles Garrett every down. No. He'll be pinch hit.
Third down specialist?
Well, whatever
He'll go
it
on
might
for a
be.
series. He'd go on for a series. We might take a series off and that to help out.
And he can play a lot of positions across that D line.
Yeah.
So it's going to have the offensive line of the opposition heads on a swivel type stuff. But we said this about the Rams, about their all-in approach with Garrett, with the cornerbacks that they're bringing in, the ability to be able to keep Puka and Devontae. I mean, they got the reigning MVP in Matt Stafford, for goodness sake. So they are Super Bowl favourites for a reason. But Aaron Donald is almost like that cherry on top if he can stay healthy.
Yeah.
If you were the Rams with the team you've already got without Aaron Donald, are you in a rush to sign him? Because you want to keep him fresh, and you know that he's 35 years old. I just searched up on Google there just to make sure that I got his age correctly. So at 35, it's you're pretty old in the NFL, aren't you? At that position,
2 years out of the game though, and fresh as a daisy, changes the whole prospect. And again, as we spoke about, with him being going on and playing a cameo role for maybe at least the first month. 35 is nothing to worry about from an age point of view, to be honest, to be able to run around and do his thing. There's no question about that.
And he's an explosive athlete, so he's trained like that too. I do think that some of the Rams fans are a little bit worried about the loss of Jared Verse because, he was elite. But still, they play in a tough division. They're in with the reigning Super Bowl champs, and the 49ers are no slouch if they can stay healthy. So it'll be and the fact that we're going to see him up close and personal in
a month.
How lucky are we that we've got these two? Hopefully the Niners can get their shit together because a lot of players are getting banged up. What's your thoughts on that training facility? Do you reckon they need to leave? Bit of bad juju there with what's going on or what?
I got people everywhere trying to give me this conspiracy theory. I'm like, come on. They're talking about Ricky Pearsall. He's out for the season. He's done his knee. He hurt it last year against the Jaguars in a game. And he's re-injured it. It's got nothing to do with that electromagnetic field thing that conspiracy theorists.
I reckon they had that in that Giant Stadium. I reckon there was something like that around, maybe at Olympic Park. I'm starting to think there was something going on around there.
No, I'm not buying into it. Unless the scientists can prove me wrong.
Yeah, well, you never know. Fauci was the scientist, and how'd that go? Anyway, we keep moving. Let's talk about assist. Let's talk about the coordinators, offensive coordinators. I think Mike McDaniel's one that I'm most excited about. Dave Njoku joins the Chargers. They've got, Herbie's just married the missus. He looks happier than ever. But I just think Amari and Hampton.
See them at training camp?
Oh, yeah. As if you wouldn't be doing that after training. He's just sling the ball to a few of the boys. He's had a clean pocket and he's gone down and had a little chat with the missus. What's wrong with that, eh? Playing with the hair. What's wrong with that, BG?
No, it happens. The families come in.
Happens,
and
would you do that after training? Would you boys do that?
Get a
room. They weren't making out, were they?
They were.
They may as well have been. That's all right. It was good. It was good. I like it.
They tell me from the Patriots when Giselle used to go down to training camp to watch Tom, like all the boys were like, "G'day, family. See your family. G'day, Giselle."
You did it all at the Jets. You're in the what play were you in on the stage? They introduced you. Was it the week? What was the one they got you in the what was the play there? The big puppet show.
Sesame Street.
Sesame Street.
Don't tell me you're too old for Sesame Street.
No, I'm not. How
do you forget Sesame Street?
I don't forget that. I forgot the name of it. But geez, it brings back good memories. Are you a 90s born?
Yeah, I am.
They reckon we're the sweet spot. We had the Sesame Street, and now we've got the technology.
Supposedly we are.
We're right in the sweet spot. So we understand, VG.
Sweet spot or Twilight Zone?
The Twilight Zone. Let's keep moving. Who's a team you're really worried about this year? And, give them a little secret to your fantasy. Mine would be stay away from the shit quarterback so you can enjoy the game. But is there somewhere where you go, look, don't get sucked into this player this year?
There's lots of those. There always is lots of those. That's why research is so important. Now, what are we running here? A half PPR or a full PPR?
We're half PPR. We like to give players half a point for a reception.
Yeah, which means the value is in the running backs.
That can catch the ball.
Well, that can run the football first and foremost, but can do both. And the running backs market is pretty deep this year. A lot of change from teams. You'll see Jahmyr Gibbs and Bijan Robinson go 1 and 2 likely in our league. For the full PPR leagues, you sort of think more wide receivers up front. It's too early to tell, Tommy. I don't want to put anything out there just yet because
Keeping his cards close to his chest.
Smart
The
man.
former, he wants that trophy back next year.
Yeah.
Well, Jalen Waddle, for example, good spot, Broncos, Bo Nix, healthy, hopefully. Then now he's got an injury which might keep him out somewhat. So you just got to keep your powder dry. Do your research is what I would say.
It is, and that's why we draft. I think there's a lot of leagues out there that do their draft now. I don't know why they do it so early. You got to do it in that last week, just for that exact reason. What about we've got a new sponsor here, BG, Level Up. So if you need to get hydrated, I've got a little tub for you before you go. You certainly would have needed it Sunday after our Saturday night. Who's a player or team that's going to level up this year? They're going to take it to the next level.
Question without notice. What bar are we coming from here? Outside the playoffs?
It doesn't really matter, but I would say as a little, just a little layup here, the Saints have loaded up. The Titans have loaded up. So
this is where we're going with this. All right. So my own predictions, I had the Bengals up there last year and Joe Burrow to win the MVP. So I'm expecting them to improve on their 6-11 season. I've done the math around the improved teams. I haven't put the Jets in that category. I think they could win 7 games this year. The Saints are the one, though, I think that'll take the biggest rise in the weakest division. How about that division?
Sure.
Not one team had a winning record. And it's, good on the Panthers for end up winning it. The Falcons year on year just let me down because of the talent on their roster.
Yeah.
But the Saints, I feel like there's just that hunger about them.
I love their coach too. Keelan Moore is an absolute jet when it comes to the offensive mind stuff, which is great too.
I played with him.
Love it, yeah. Thinking about it, and obviously what he was able to do with the Eagles as well.
You played with him and he coached when you were there.
He was just after me with coaching it there, but he's
what was he like as a bloke?
Power.
All right.
Was he?
But you're big. I mean, he knew where he fitted into the scheme of things. The Chargers. So the AFC West really fascinating to me. Broncos, obviously, they just one more hurdle and they would have give a good account of themselves or a better account of themselves. I do like the Chargers. They were very well coached. I love Justin Herbert. I mean, if I was reinvented as quarterback, it'd be Josh Allen or Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
Right now they're starting to put the pieces around him. Stability, good offensive line, got some weapons, bolstered defense. I like the Chargers, but the Chiefs. I mean, I think it's not. It's like let's just get straight back on top here. 6-win season.
Yep.
Fully healthy. Kenneth Walker. Pound the rock.
Are you worried about Mahomes? Looks like he's come back so early.
Different game. Honestly, the ACL is a different game for him. I mean, we're obviously so acclimatized to the AFL side of things where we have to run, get the Ks in their legs and things like that. It's just a different type of training. You can build the strength up around it and work on short explosiveness, and you can get yourself back out of the park a little bit shorter. We've seen it before with many players in the NFL. So I think he's going to be right to go. I mean, it's 9-10 months post, and
I agree.
I think he's going to be fine, totally fine.
And the other adjustment that he'll have to make, similar to what we've seen with Jaden Daniels and Jackson Dart and all those mobile quarterbacks, is that they do need to protect themselves from themselves.
Yeah.
So that's why the run game of the Chiefs is going to be super important for them this year.
We've hardly spoken about the Seahawks. I feel like everyone's disrespecting them already because of the Rams and what they've done.
Are they though?
I think a lot of people aren't giving them much credit this year just because of the Rams. This is just
They're
more
still
street
on the second
talk.
line of,
I know, but I think
right up there.
I think because they're the Rams and their off season. But do you think they can go back to back?
Well, personally, I don't. Very difficult to do. We've seen that time and time again, unless you're in your dynasty. But they're again. When you look at the Seahawks, what was the big question about the Seahawks last year? Sam Darnold's ability in big games when the bright lights were on. And he got the job done. But it was what Mike McDonald did with that team, with the defense. But, I mean, there was the Kenneth Walker, Zach Charbonnet that were able to run the ball. But they've got highest paid wide receiver in Jackson Smith and Jigba, who was unbelievable. They're going to be right there. But we're not going to fully know until week 16. The Rams play the Seahawks week 16 and week 18.
Yeah.
Twice in 3 weeks to finish the season.
That's wild.
So you talk about the wild card. Now, we're going to know who's going to win the division. We're going to know the seedings. We're going to know who's favourite for the Super Bowl. There's so much going to be uncovered in right at the end of the season. So that's going to be fascinating. But they'll make the playoffs. But I just don't think that they can maintain that level. There'll be other teams that'll sort of just move past them.
I've got one more question because it's probably more of
This
a
is not
loaded
bad
one.
for a 5-minute spot.
I know. I really milked you here. You are the champion. You've milked all of us. The Panthers. Jalen Phillips has signed a $120 million deal over 4 years. The Panthers nearly beat the Rams last year. They just lost. But what I saw from the Panthers, I just thought they were awesome late in the piece. Do you see much in them this year? Is there a bit of a growth year?
No, I think last year was their growth year.
Do you think they're not going to continue on that trajectory? You think that was the best you'll see out of them?
No, I think the way I judge each division is the lock. Right, so who's going to win your division? The one you can put a line through. You got a question mark and you got a wild card who can shape the division. For me, the Panthers are the question mark. I'm not going to strike them out. The wild card is the Saints. I still think the Bucks are the best team in that division.
Yeah.
But it's a very close division. But I just don't think that there's enough there. Like, name wide receiver 2 behind Tatora McMillan.
Hoka?
Yeah. But that's the debate, isn't it? It's like who is it? Who exactly is it? And that's the right. But yeah, Coca could be potential. You're right. They lose.
Xavier Legette was okay. But yeah.
It's their running game though. It's their running game. If Hubbard is not healthy, who can they rely on then? And I know they've got Brooks coming back from the ACL, but again, he hasn't been able to get out on the freaking park. No, it's unbelievable.
So that Jonathan Brooks is like your late round nugget. He's the one you can sit on your bench, wait for a few injuries to take place, and then he gets going.
As long as he stays on the park.
So I'm talking 13th, 14th.
Yeah, absolutely.
But McMillan's a stud. Like he's a wide receiver 1 that put up some fantastic numbers late in the piece. And they've got the most expensive O-line as well, the Panthers. They've spent the most out of any side.
Are they the tallest?
Doesn't matter. I thought they got it done last year. Are they the tallest? I don't think they are.
Well, they don't need to be.
Douche. But I thought Brycey was all right. Anyway, I think you're sleeping on the Panthers a little bit. I think their defense is pretty nasty.
How do we go this whole 15 minutes without talking about Caleb Williams and the Bears?
That's our little gem coming up. That's why I saved something for the end of the pod, but we can go there. 13 kilos or pounds down.
Yeah, he looks good. He looks good.
Cleaned up his act. I said this, remember I said a couple of years ago? I said he's got that scruffy beard. Until he cleans himself up, I can't trust him. How clean does he look?
He looks
in that press conference I saw
does look
today,
sharp.
He looks ready to go.
Yeah.
He'd be a fantastic future bet on an MVP.
Well, the NFC North, again, another fascinating division, played in that division. Lions finished bottom of the division last year. I can only see them going up. Jahmyr Gibbs signs a record running back deal. Love Dan Campbell as a coach. Still got faith in Jared Goff. They've still got weapons everywhere. I think they improve. The Packers they're like the staple of that division. And, they're always, your question remain around Jordan Love, but be interesting how long Micah Parsons is going to be out for. Yep. But the Bears, they're the wild card in this division once again. We haven't talked about the Vikings, who are going through Kyler Murray, JJ McCarthy.
JJ McCarthy's the worst quarterback by a mile.
Reports coming out of Minnesota.
He is so bad, man. He is so bad. Kyler Murray, 100% starting week 1, unless he was injured.
He'll start week 1 in Mark Zara's fantasy team because he'll draft him in the first round.
Who's
loves his Vikings?
Are they the same height?
That's a great question. Kyler might just have him, I reckon.
But the Bears, so I don't think the Bears will make the playoffs. There you go. I've said it.
What?
Huge.
How can you say that? Benny Johnson hasn't left the facility since June, they reckon.
Bold call.
That's a bold prediction.
Yeah, well,
I like it. I like it.
Something's got to give.
I think we're going to have to wrap it up after that. We've just lost all credibility. I was going to wear a Bears jacket today, but I thought I'll save it for episode 2 or 3.
And we haven't spoken about your Ravens.
No, we haven't. We're going to save a little bit of juice.
Why do you think that though, Benny? Why do you think about the Bears? What makes you say that?
I just don't know in that division that they can win enough divisional games to put themselves in the frame. Yep. And then there'll be too much asked of Caleb Williams. And he had a freakish year last year, put off some amazing plays, had some great games. But he was last in the league in completion percentage. There were other times in games that he was saved by his running backs or his defense. I just don't think they're there yet. Like, they're a must-watch.
No doubt.
They're fun to watch. I just don't think that they'll make the playoffs. And that means they could finish 8th. That doesn't, that's not a horrible year. They could still have a winning record. But I think that there's going to be other teams with better records that'll make it.
Yeah, I disagree. I disagree.
You can disagree all you like,
good.
Tommy.
It's good. I should never disagree with this man. And I've been wrong many a times. I really have high hope. One thing I've done in the past, and I think it's worked really well, is when you're not sure, you go quarterback v. quarterback. I think Caleb Williams and what he showed us last year, the Iceman, I think he's going to take a lot of confidence from that season. He gets a little bit more, he's quicker. All the reports are he looks unbelievable. Their tight end is a beast. This Burden's meant to be the next Amon-Ra St. Brown. We know that Adunze's there. The running game's strong. I think I totally disagree.
That's okay. The world would be pretty boring if we all agreed on everything.
Should never disagree with BG though.
Who wins the AFC North?
I'm a bit worried about the Bengals just because Smoke and Joe.
Who wins the AFC North?
Well, I think I'm going to go the Bengals.
I totally disagree. I think the Ravens will win the division.
Yeah. Well, I hope so. I'm just worried about. I'm worried about our O-line and our fullback. We've lost our fullback to the Giants. We've lost likely. Yeah, the Steelers. It won't be Aaron. I tell you, it won't be Aaron Rodgers. He'll be in. He'll retire round. I mean, week 12. Yeah. Week 12, we'll wrap it up.
Something we can agree on is the Godby.
He loves the Godby. He goes, when are we going back to the Godby? Anyway, Benny, thanks so much.
I'm too old for this shit.
Mate, you look unbelievable. Thank you so much for popping in. Congratulations on taking out our NFL Fantasy Championship.
I'll look after it, mate.
Maybe we'll get a photo and we'll send it to Bont after this. There you go, VG in the house. That's a wrap. We'll take a break. When we come back, Sip is going to give us his boldest prediction, and we have one more special guest in the house.
You checked that Logsy for his mate?
Sorry, mate.
Yeah, nah.
Looks like you could do with the fiery goodness of PointsBet.
It's like hot sauce, but for sport.
And now it comes with Lock Screen Tracker. So you can follow your bet even when you got your hands full.
Cheers, mate. I'd shake your hand, but...
Same game multi from PointsBet, now with Lock Screen Tracker. Yeah, that's built different. Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
Oh, BG's on fire. He's up and about, isn't he?
It was good to have him in there. Great presence. I love it.
It was, and it's good seeing and hearing the war stories. Mate, let's get straight to the QB room. We'll wrap this. This has been a longer pod than than I anticipated. But when you got Sipos and Graham in the building, you've got to milk the life out of it. The QB movement wasn't, there's nothing too exciting, but there's obviously a fair bit going on at the Vikings. Yep. I alluded to it before about how I don't rate McCarthy at all. You think Kyler's a lock?
Yeah, I think Kyler has to be a lock. Former number 1 pick, just got to get it done. McCarthy, inexperienced, just give it to Murray. He'll throw it to those guys. No worries. Has to be.
Malik Willis gets paid by the Dolphins, leaves the Packers, so they lose a bit of depth there. What do you think's going to happen there? I mean, the Dolphins, it's a real tough one. They've cleaned out, haven't they?
Yeah, I just think they're starting again and they're going to give him an opportunity. Just see what happens. Hopefully A-Chain stays healthy for him to be able to dish it off. It'll be an interesting one to watch, but I'm not expecting anything crazy to happen. It's just a good opportunity for him to see if he can cement his spot as the number 1 guy.
Let's go to the Falcons now. Tua signs there and he's next to Penix Jr. They're both banged up at the moment.
That one's wide open. I don't know.
They reckon Matty Ryan is slinging the ball to a couple of the receivers just to get some work into him.
I don't know. I don't know where to go for that one. Tua, I'm not sure. Penix Jr. just coming back from injury. It's a tough one. Give it to Bijan and just see what happens.
Pitt's got signed, right?
Yeah,
they've got a good
they've
room.
got weapons now. That's why I'm worried about it, though, because they have the guys around them to make it work, and I'm just not sold on it. You probably have to go with Tua just because he's played longer and he has shown it in glimpses. Just got to stay healthy.
We know Tua links up with his running back. With A-Chain, he was pretty effective. So Bijan, hopefully that's a good sign because he'll probably go 1 or 2, like Benny said. Let's go to the Jets.
Yeah.
We've got some mail here from one of our members in our fantasy league who's good mates with Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
And we don't want to be leaking messages.
We'll just leave it at that, though.
But no, it's more. Garrett said that he has never been more excited, and he reckons this year is the year they get going. And even Benny said 7+ wins. So Geno Smith,
he'll throw it.
And Garrett Wilson and these types. Are you excited this year? Do you think they get going?
I don't mind it. He'll throw it. Geno will give it a crack. If he can minimise the turnovers that he had last year.
I don't mind the turnovers as long as it's deep.
Look, as long as he's having a crack at it, then that's all right. I expect him to jump. I expect him to jump a little bit, to be honest, from the win-loss ratio. Geno's obviously had a really good couple of years, and having Wilson healthy, if they can make that connection, then that is a dangerous combination. I'm really excited to see what happens from there for sure. But good, I don't mind the pickup. Better than Justin Fields for sure.
The other one is Kirk Cousins. We'll start for the Raiders, but you'd think just maybe 5 weeks.
Yeah, I think so. I think maybe give it 5 or 6 weeks, and then you'll start to see their number 1 pick get involved there in Mendoza.
I love it. Let's just quickly go to the tight end room before I get a couple of your level ups and players you're most excited about. There's 3 that I've highlighted. Dave Njoku at the Chargers. He leaves the Browns. I think he is an absolute beast. He can block, he can sprint, he can catch, he's a touchdown beast. And in that offense, I think he'll be fun. Isaiah Likely, who left the Ravens and got paid by the Giants, followed his head coach. I am shattered that he left the Ravens. I just thought he's got so much potential. And then Chig Okongwu, who joined us on the podcast, goes to the Commanders. Tunsil getting injured kills us because I really like that protection piece. I think with Terry and Diggs, I just think Chig's like a wide receiver that plays tight end. So they're the 3 that I'm most excited about. Was there anyone else that you liked?
No, honestly, everybody else there is kind of definitely role players in the end from the tight end list. Noah Fant would be interesting to see how he goes with the Saints. But other than that, I really like Likely. I mean, now him becoming the number 1 guy, I'm excited to see what happens there for sure. That's going to be great.
He's the body just sneezing because it's having a look at some of these defensive players. Let's just go out. So Trey Hendrickson goes to the Ravens. Max Crosby fails the medical, so he stays at the Raiders. There's a few other big names that have moved on defense. Myles Garrett's obviously the massive one, but Trent McDuffie and Watson, the 2 cornerbacks at the Chiefs, they also go to the Rams. Honestly, I'm looking forward to seeing how good they're going to be in Melbourne. They're the only guys that I really want to talk about. The other one is Minka Fitzpatrick. He gets to the Jets. Don't mind that as well. The Jets are, we know their head coach is defensive-minded. Obviously didn't do much last year, but they're the main ones for me. Anyone else for you?
Jonathan Grenard to the Eagles from the Vikings is huge on their D-line. Just an extra presence there to really be able to help come off the edge there. They can move him around everywhere. They've obviously already got a couple other big fellas there that are just on fire. You got Nolan Smith on the other edge. So he's a significant pickup for them and one to watch out for sure. So I like that pickup from the Eagles.
Yeah, love it. And the other one was Nakobe Dean from the Eagles to the Raiders. I didn't mind that on defense. I mean, look, defense for me, I don't spend a lot of time on it. It doesn't help my fantasy league.
Sure.
We definitely load up our knowledge closer to the season, but we've done more work on the offense.
I'll say one more, though. Jonathan Allen to the Bills, the big D lineman as well. And the Bills struggled on defense last year. They need somebody there to be able to help stop the run a little bit, which they struggled with. He's going to be a big part to it. So I'm really liking what the Bills have come back with for sure.
I just had the who spent the most in free agency. So Titans at 1.
Yep.
$323 million. Then we had the Raiders at 2, Commanders 3, Colts 4, Panthers 5, Giants 6, Saints 7. So I'll stop there. But a lot of the average teams have gone bananas. I'm really excited about the Titans this year. I just love their quarterback. I love this wide receiver they've got. I just think they'll be exciting to watch. They've got Wan'Dale Robinson in. He's a bit of a security blanket, and they got a little bit of depth. They're not DK. I thought he was elite on special teams and whatnot.
Yeah, I think their defense becomes better with Rob Salard too as their head coach. I think that's going to be great for him too.
There's a lot of bowling balls getting around in the coach's room. All right, let's finish off. Biggest winner in the free agency off season.
Oh. We're probably both going to agree on this one. It has to be the Rams. It just has to be. You get Myles Garrett, you get the corners. It's a no-brainer. They've gone out hard for a reason. It's just they're the team that have just come out on top for sure. It has to be.
Looking forward to seeing what Verse does at the Browns. He'd be pissed off. Most excited about?
I've already said it. I honestly think Jalen Waddle is the one that I'm very, very excited about. What he can do in that offense with the Broncos is going to be huge. I'm excited for what he's able to do. He's an incredible player, and I think he's only going to excel in that offense.
I'll say DJ Moore with Josh Allen. I looked at their depth chart. He's just going to he's one of those players you can put him anywhere, but he's just a stud. And the frustration on last year, but he's just wasn't getting his number called. And in the end, they move him on. It's one of those leagues. You wonder if there's clearly a fascination with this Luther Burden, right? And they're going to put a lot of work into him and
Dunze as well.
And their tight end they've got there in Loveland. So I'm excited for the Bears.
Honestly,
I think DJ Moore will explode.
I'm really thinking that it's Carolina days. Like, I really do. I think it's like why he went to the Bears and got paid what he got paid. The Carolina days are coming back, and I'm excited for it with Josh Allen.
Who are you staying away from? Who's the guy that you just don't like?
In all honesty, we're probably going on to the same team, but I'm going to go with a different guy. I'm going to stay honestly away from Harrison Jr. I don't know what the quarterback situation's going. I think Trey McBride's the number one guy there anyway. They just love giving him the ball, and I'm nervous about Harrison Jr. staying on the park and what he's going to be able to do. The quarterback situation scares the living daylight out of me, and honestly, I know he's a starter in that, but it makes me really, really nervous. I don't know what you're going to get a lot out of him, and that's my bold one in terms of the guy to stay away from.
Starvin Marvin. Interesting one.
He'll be starving.
LG is one I'm staying away from. I just think a terrible spot. You're going to have a big headache. And it's not just that. Like, what he can do. They have the worst schedule, the hardest schedule in the league. Mm-hmm. And try work that out, but they're in the hardest division. Yeah. It's just a nightmare spot. Absolute nightmare spot for them. I think if you're a Cardinals fan, it's going to be a long season. And Tyler Algier, who got paid, and then they took Love with pick 3. I just, stay away from this guy in your drafts. I think you'll be regretting it as the season unfolds. Righto, finish off. One player, one team, just someone who is leveling up in season 2026-27. Sip.
I'm gonna go with team, and I'm going to lean towards it, and it's going to be risky, but I'm going to go with the Jets.
Oh,
I'm going to go with the Jets leveling up.
What's a level up?
Better than what they did last year.
Okay. But it's pretty hard not to level up from where they come from. Hey?
Do you like that?
Oh,
do you like that? You like that?
I don't like that at all.
I don't know. I feel like you're just getting in a quarterback that actually going to sling it around, stay healthy. I don't think their defense is too bad. Aaron Glenn's going to be a guy that just is defensive minded, and they weren't terrible on defense last year. They just could not get anything going at all on offense. If they can stay healthy, Breece Hall, I think, is going to be used way more. I know their division, Patriots, Bills, I get it, but I honestly think that they can lift it and challenge in that division. Miami's obviously I don't think they're a shot at all. So I don't think they come last in that, and I think they challenge. So I'm honestly going to go with the Jets and say they have a chance to level it up and give themselves a shot at it. Certainly, pushing those teams, if not getting to 7 game wins and see what happens.
As long as they can put up numbers. We love when all of you watching and listening get involved. So we've got Spotify, Apple comments, we've got YouTube. Please get involved in the comments. Let us know what you think of some of these predictions. Let us know what you want us to talk about next week, but please get involved. This is a community. We have the game coming to Melbourne. We've got a party lined up for all of you that I'll give you some details. It's going to be the Thursday night before the big game, and we want to see all of you. We want to meet all of you, and we want to hear from all of you. So let us know what you think of Sip's leveling up performance there with the Jets. I'm going to go to a player, Marion Hampton from the Chargers. His offensive coordinator is a guru. I think Herbert's locked for a massive season. Joe Alt-Delete back on the O-line. I think they've got that there. And Lad McConkey and a few of the boys at wide receiver. I just love what they've got. Dave Njoku at tight end. He'll be a threat. But Marion Hampton, I think in that offense, he's going to be scary good.
Yep.
And if he can get red zone opportunities, fantasy, I think he'll be an absolute league winner. So he's leveling up this year.
Love it.
And he's someone that I'm going to be loading up in a lot of my drafts. Sip will know my secret. So will all of you. If he's there, I'll take him. If not, I'll trade for him. But that's all we've got today. New faces, new places. We hope that we've brought you up to speed. A longer podcast. They won't be this long. But we just wanted to do a real big one to kick the season off. So Sip, 30 days to go, and we're very excited. So thank you to everyone that's tuned in. Thanks to our friends PointsBet, Level Up, Inglewood Coffee Roasters for supporting us this season, and thank you to everyone that's been reaching out and getting involved. We got your bold predictions. We're going to read them out when we get to our show coming up in a few weeks, but loved everyone's buy-in on social media, so make sure you continue. Share this to a mate that loves his NFL and needs to get involved, and we'll see you next week. Cheers.